Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to take a few minutes to highlight several projects that embody the very best of what we all gathered here today to discuss: the positive impact of private sector investment and government partnership in the Indo-Pacific region. To kick off this portion of the program, we'll start with an announcement from the US-Japan Strategic Energy Partnership, which highlights an additional of $10 billion contribution from the Japanese government to promote collaborative LNG projects throughout the Indo-Pacific region. We would like to invite the Undersecretary for Economic Growth, Energy and the Environment for the U.S. Department of State, Keith Krogh. And the Special Advisor to the Minister for Economy, Trade and Industry of Japan, Tatsuya Terazawa. To share their remarks, and Chargé d'Affaires of the U.S. Embassy in Japan, and also Joe Young to join Secretary Ross to witness the signing.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's a great honor and privilege to be here this morning alongside Special Advisor Terazawa, my good friend, as we announce taking our commitment to the Japan-U.S. Strategic Energy Partnership to the next level. And a special thank you to our distinguished Secretary of Commerce, Wilbur Ross, for your remarks and your contributions in racking up all those miles traveling to all the countries. That demonstrates commitment more than anything else. The U.S. economic foreign policy is built on partnerships and focused on global economic security. I feel proud to represent the U.S. with our partner Japan on this noble mission of bringing much more secure energy to power economic growth, spur job creation, and enhance productivity, which all drives the standard of living and peace and prosperity in this region. We understand the importance, particularly for countries in this region, to have the capacity to exercise self-determination in the energy sector. Through the Japan-U.S. Energy Strategic Partnership, agencies from both of our government have increasingly partnered on training and capacity building programs. And this is for the sake of focusing human empowerment and advancing that prosperity. Just a few examples. Together we've made great strides strengthening LNG supply chains and market development, enabling U.S. and Japanese companies to deploy high-quality natural gas to Bangladesh, Indonesia, and Mozambique. Second, we're also ramping up our joint effort in terms of the Japan-U.S. Mekong Power Partnership that our Secretary Pompeo announced last August. And finally, and thanks to the generosity and commitment of the country of Japan, Japan is doubling down its investment and its contribution to an additional $10 billion towards gas infrastructure development in this region. And this will enhance our bilateral efforts to steer substantial resources to collaborate on strategic infrastructure projects. The signing of this statement today recognizes our commitment to global economic security in the region and building a global trust network based on shared values for a free and open Pacific. Terazawa-san, I welcome your remarks. I thank you again for your commitment and your great partnership. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Keith. GIUSEP was launched by Prime Minister Abe and President Trump 2 years ago. Since then, JUSEP has been one of the key initiatives to realize a free and open Indo-Pacific. In particular, we have been attaching great importance to LNG. By developing the demand for LNG and by expanding the market for LNG, we have been supporting the strong economic growth in this region and also the enhancement of energy security. To further strengthen JUSEP and to support the energy market in this region, Japan has made two new commitments. First, Japan will expand its financing to develop the energy market with additional $10 billion US. 2 years ago, we made the commitment to finance $10 billion US. So the new commitment is an add-on to our previous commitment. So now we are doubling the financing to support the LNG market. Second, we'll be expanding our training of 500 more people in the LNG importing countries. 2 years ago, we made a similar commitment to train 500 people. So the new commitment is also an add-on to our previous commitment. So now we are doubling the size of training. Under JUSEP, Japan, together with our great friend, the US, is ready to continue supporting the development of the energy market in this region so that we can contribute to support the strong and sustainable growth of this region, as well as to enhance energy security in this region. Thank you very much, and shall we sign the document?
Let's sign the document.
Okay.
Okay. Those are.
Thank you.
May I invite Secretary Ross and Joe Young to join Secretary Krosh and Special Advisor Terasawa in a group photo opportunity, please. Thank you. This enhanced strategic energy partnership will be implemented in part by a new arrangement between the U.S. Export-Import Bank and Nippon Export and Investment Insurance. This new arrangement will expand EXIM's ability to reinsure NEXI, significantly enhancing the opportunities for joint financing of LNG projects in the region. We would like to invite EXIM Chairman Kimberly Reid and NEXI Chairman Atsuo Kuroda to the stage to sign the co-financing agreement.
Okay, so what's the deal? Chairman Kurauda, thank you for agreeing to meet here in Bangkok to continue our agency's support for projects that will foster the expansion of exports and increase bilateral trade. The Export-Import Bank of the United States is enthusiastic about rebalancing and updating an already successful agreement with NEXI in order to open up even more mutually beneficial opportunities to support our exporters, including to export here in the Indo-Pacific region into the ASEAN nations. Last month, President Trump and Prime Minister Abe of Japan signed the U.S.-Japan trade agreement, and today I am pleased to be here at the Indo-Pacific Business Forum to reaffirm and expand EXIM and NEXI's co-financing agreement with you. In addition to benefiting American and Japanese exporters, this agreement will bolster both the Asia Edge Initiative and the Japan-U.S. Strategic Energy Partnership, which was just reaffirmed here today, and Japan's commitment of $10 billion to support mid and downstream LNG development for joint U.S.-Japanese ventures. The signing of this agreement will expand EXIM's and NEXI's existing co-financing agreement to allow EXIM to reinsure NEXI, significantly enhancing the opportunities for joint U.S.-Japanese financing and cooperation in the development of LNG projects. EXIM and NEXI have a strong relationship for many years, and it is my honor to continue our great partnership through the signing today. We at EXIM are glad to see that we can support our exporters and our administration's mutual goals and priorities together.
I'd like to express our heartfelt gratitude to U.S. Secretary of Commerce, His Excellency Wilbur Ross, and government officials of the United States, Thailand, and Japan involved for their contribution to conclusion of this co-financing agreement. Chairman Reid, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to come such an honorable occasion. Next has been cooperated with Exim Bank by providing the insurance and joint financing, including on LNG projects in Indo-Pacific region. Today, we agreed to expand our collaboration further by making this co-financing agreement reciprocal. As a result, it will be more possible for Japanese companies to collaborate with American firms in infrastructure projects and expected to expand investment by Japanese and American companies. Finally, we will contribute to achieving the free and open Indo-Pacific region, as well as enhancing the economic relationship between Japan and the United States. Thank you. And shall we sign?
Do you want to stand up now?
Thank you, Chairman Reid and Chairman Kuroda. We moved next to an investment closer to home. Thailand-based Indorama Ventures, a major producer of petrochemicals, has made a remarkable acquisition of assets from the Huntsman Corporation that includes sites in Texas. We've been joined on stage by Indorama Ventures Chief Operating Officer Ramesh Narasimhapura. And we would now also like to invite on stage Deputy Secretary General to the Prime Minister of Thailand, Dr. Gopsak Putrakoon. Deputy Secretary General to the Prime Minister of Thailand, Dr. Kopsak Putrakoon. And also Indorama Ventures CEO of the Feedstock and PET business, Dilip Kumar Agarwal.
Honorable Mr. Wilbur Ross, the Secretary for Commerce of United States of America, Excellency Dr. Kopsak Putrakool, Deputy Secretary General to the Prime Minister of Thailand. Ladies and gentlemen, very good morning. It is my privilege to attend this event on behalf of Indorama Ventures Limited to share the details of our company. We are a proud Thai-listed company having 101 operating sites in 31 countries and employing more than 19,000 persons globally. We are one of the leading petrochemical producers holding leading positions in the many product lines in polyester value chain. We are world's largest integrated recyclable PET producer with 25% market share globally. We produce wide range of products like paraxylene, PTA, MEG, PET resins, polyester fibers, and yarns, etc. across polyester value chain. Our product portfolio comprises of necessities and high value-added products. Every 1 in 4 PET bottles, every second premium baby diaper in the world, every 1 in 4 tire coats fabrics in the world, and every 1 in 4 airbags are made from our products. We have invested significantly in PET recycling, which demonstrates our willingness to develop a sustainable strategy. We are proud to be the part of Ellen MacArthur Foundation's New Plastic Economy initiatives with our pledge to recycle 750,000 tons of PET and to work together with key players toward the vision of a circular economy for plastics. We have 11 R&D centers globally with 564 patents. We have a very strong business presence in the United States of America in many products line with a total investment today of $3.6 billion with 18 operating sites. We are employing more than 2,700 people in the United States. We are expanding our production and diversifying our business through a combination of greenfield, brownfield, and mergers and acquisition. We are in closing moment of a $2 billion acquisition from Huntsman Corporation for oxide facility in Texas, which employs 1,200 people. We are also waiting for a commercial startup of $800 million at the ethane cracker, which we have revived over the last 3 years in Louisiana, and in 2021 start the world's largest integrated PET plant, which is expected to cost $2 billion in Corpus Christi, Texas, developed as a joint venture with a Taiwanese and a Mexican group. Finally, I would like to conclude my remarks by expressing my sincere appreciation and thanks once again to all the excellencies, distinguished guests, participants for providing me an opportunity to share our company's details and investments experience in USA. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Agarwal, for your remarks. And our last announcement from the main stage this morning, Virginia-based AES Corporation has just received approval from the government of Vietnam for 2.2 gigawatt combined cycle gas turbine power plant. This, along with the Song Mi LNG import terminal, represents a total investment of almost $3 billion and will play a major role in shaping Vietnam's energy future. We have been joined on stage by the Honorable Daniel Critton-Brink, the U.S. Ambassador to Vietnam. And AES Vietnam CEO David Stone. And I would like to invite AES General Counsel Paul Friedman to the stage to share his remarks.
Distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great pleasure to be here with you today. I would like to thank Secretary Ross, Ambassador Crittenbrink, and Minister Ong from the Ministry of Industry and Trade for their deep commitment to enhancing economic cooperation between the United States and Vietnam. The development of the 2,250 megawatt Son Mi 2 combined cycle gas power project, together with the associated 9.6 million tons per annum Son Mi LNG import terminal project, is an important milestone in fostering closer commercial ties between the two countries while meeting the growing energy needs of Vietnam. Together, the power plant and import terminal will provide affordable, reliable electricity for millions of people while creating an opportunity for U.S. liquefied natural gas to play an important role in diversifying the energy mix of Vietnam. These two projects are a testament to the initial success of the U.S. government's Asia Edge initiative. AES has been an investor in the energy sector of Vietnam for many years as a developer, owner, and operator of the 1,200 megawatt Mang Giang 2 power plant that began construction in 2011 and achieved completion in 2015. With the constructive support of the government of Vietnam, we were able to achieve success in bringing the plant online ahead of schedule, and it has continued to operate effectively, providing reliable and affordable power. This power plant received over $1 billion in non-recourse financing back in 2011, and just a few months ago, a refinancing was achieved that was vastly oversubscribed by international bond investors. Vietnam's economic development record over the past 25 years has been simply extraordinary. And AES is committed to continuing to be a true partner with Vietnam and helping to meet the country's ongoing energy needs through the critical Son Mi project. I look forward to meeting with Minister Ong, Secretary Ross, and Ambassador Crittenbrink on November 8th in Hanoi, where AES and the Ministry of Industry and Trade are planning to sign an agreement for the Son Mi project. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Friedman. We'd like to invite Vietnam's Minister of Industry and Trade, His Excellency Tran Tuan An, to the stage to share his remark.
His Excellency Secretary Wilbur Ross, ladies and gentlemen, and distinguished guests, thank you very much for inviting me to this excellent business forum and giving me the opportunity to share views on the economic cooperation between Vietnam and the United States of America, which has been continuously deepened and expanded in the last year, and especially in the field of electricity and power. Today, I am very happy to share with you that our Prime Minister, Nguyen Xuan Phuc, has recently approved an investment of about 1.7 billion US dollar for the power project using the imported LNG from US to Vietnam, and also another project for the LNG terminal in Vietnam, which has been also worth about 1.4 billion US dollar. And both projects have been chosen for the very reliable partner for Vietnam, I mean the AES company. So this implementation of the power project and the LNG terminal project of AES in Vietnam will not only enhance significantly energy security of Vietnam, but could also substantially contribute to the bilateral trade and investment relationship between Vietnam and US. In addition, given that the US is a larger exporter of LNG and a potential supplier for customers over the world for the LNG terminal project, we do hope that the two projects would pave the way to enhance the long-term economic ties that bring benefit to both countries. And we do expect that the LNG project could help achieve an export value from US annually at about $2 billion US. Today, I'm very pleased to announce that Vietnam are ready to sign an MOU with a yes company to develop those projects, and especially during the visit of the Secretary Ross to Vietnam later this week, and of course in the witness of Vietnam Prime Minister Nguyen Xuan Phuc, so that both sides can start to negotiate the project arrangement. So Secretary Ross, you are very welcome to Vietnam. Our ministry and the AES Corporation are very much looking forward to that event, and we are glad to welcome Secretary Ross to witness also that signature. Thank you very much, and best wishes for everyone.
Thank you, Your Excellency. May I invite all to the center of the stage for an official photo opportunity. Thank you. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our featured announcements this morning. We now would like to invite you for a coffee break, and we will return for a panel discussion. The topic is on expanding commercial opportunities in the Indo-Pacific. Kindly be back at your seats in 20 minutes. Thank you very much. สวัสดีค่ะ